Hey, what's up, mate? How are you doing?
All good, all good. Are we live? We're waiting to go live.
No, we're live. We're live now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Welcome to this internal AMA. Oh, I think Steve's internet is leaving him a little bit.
Can everyone see us?
Steve, I think your internet is a little bit
laggy?
Slow. Yeah, you're lagging a little bit. I can't see your camera moving. Yeah, Steve's internet is leaving. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started.
All right, let me go and come back. Is the internet slow?
Yeah, it looks better now. Can you hear me? Hello, Steve. Anyway, so technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. It's not going to be a too long AMA. We just want to give you guys a update of what's been happening past weekend, what's upcoming, what this week is going to bring, some questions in the community as well that we will answer. So yeah, guys, we're just going to get straight into it. Steve will come back in a bit, and he will also go over some questions. So in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, what we've seen today. So in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, what we've seen today is we've seen a 50% price increase at the moment of ESX in the last couple of hours. I think people realize that we've hit bottom. So we see a little bit of a reversal now. We've hit the resistance barriers broken, which was at 0.66. I think we're now at 75 or something. So we see it going up. It's also lovely to see that people are really people are scared when buying at the bottom, but when it's going up, everybody wants to buy. But we see a lot of we saw a lot of big wheels coming in. This is these private groups that we're working with, who we've done lots of AMAs with, we see the potential for EstateX, etc., etc. They realize that when the bottom is in, when the token is low, with the potential that we have, the utilities that still need to come in play, with 20 to 35% of company revenue flowing back into it, the blockchain that goes to testnet next month, only next month, the 16th of July is going to be the date. The parties that we're onboarding, projects that we've signed up that we will announce soon. So people realize the potential. The short-term sellers are out. Also saw a question about the airdrops. Airdrop people are for 95% out. I'm sure there will be some holders as well. There will be some stakers. The staking pools hopefully go live this week. So yeah, exciting stuff, ladies and gentlemen. But good to see, because these wheels that we've been working with and feeding, they realize when is the right time to buy, and that time has been now in the past 24 hours. And today they put in a significant amount of liquidity, and I'm sure that lots more will follow. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't see anything happening for a day, everybody starts panicking. But guys, we're still the exact same company. We're pushing maximum forward with so much in house, backed by the co-founder of USDT, with so many loyal holders, still the biggest community in tokenized real estate. We're going strong. We're nearing now 2.5x at launch price, more than 2.5x. We're going up to 3 from listing price, which is very, very positive. Then also for the CMC chart, we're getting the CMC updated, but it's coordination and a little bit of back and forth. They're not the fastest, so we're currently working on that. The DEX screener and the DEX tools those things are getting aligned as well. It's just for us also waiting on third parties to be able to push that forward. It's not only it's not only us, obviously we are pushing forward as hard as we can, but also the third parties need to align with that. But I'm pretty sure it's done pretty soon. I saw someone also saying that a couple of things already have been updated. So yeah, even these minor things we're working on, getting the same market cap everywhere, same liquidity, blah blah blah. So yeah, also today, guys, #1 trending on coin market cap, which is very, very exciting. We also went trending on Reddit a little bit. So we keep pushing forward on these kind of things. We're the next couple of days we're going to push maximum with the marketing announcements that we're going to do, the big business pillar review on Thursday. Tomorrow is going to come a big update. And obviously we're driving it forward with these news catalysts and then marketing around it. And then together compared with the trending, we're doing these coin sniper votes, etc., DEX tools banners. We're doing OKX wallet banners, stuff like that, to make sure that we're still visible. We remain doing that for probably eternity, to make sure that there's always traffic going to EstateX, and you saw the positive effect. So let's hope that what's it called? Let's hope that hey Steve, you're back. You're back. Let's hope that the market also is aligned with us. Steve, can you hear us?
Yes, yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, loud and clear. Loud and clear. Welcome. How are you
All
doing?
right, all right, all right. Sounds good. We'll be checking the chat as well to see if there's any questions that we need to jump in as well.
All right, great. I'll finish a little bit the intro.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Let me first of all let me know what I missed, because I don't want to jump in and repeat what you're saying. What did I miss?
so I spoke about the 50% price increase today. I spoke about that we saw some big wheels, with obviously also private communities we've been working with in the background. We're waiting for the right time and to go in. When everybody starts panicking, they know that is the time to buy. Instead of buy high and sell low. Obviously, it's the other way around. So people recognize the moment, because people recognize the foundations that we have in place. People recognize the market. People recognize that we're still at the 2.5x up from launch price, which is very respectable in these market conditions. People recognize that we have the biggest community of tokenized real estate. People recognize that we have 55% of our pre-sold token stake. So so a lot of these things that we have been doing and working, they will be visible within the next coming weeks, right? It's not immediately visible. Go ahead. You want to say something? I don't know, Steve.
Yeah.
Are you here?
I think yeah. No, I think you're right, and I think a lot of people recognize that there is certain situations like ton station airdrops and other airdrops and so on and so forth. So it's good to kind of like get the airdrop hunters out of the way, get the people that aren't really the dedicated investors out of the way. Even though it is frustrating, even though we want the chart to shoot up, I'd much prefer, like, we had a lot of them get out over the weekend, a lot this out this morning, and so on and so forth. So I'd much prefer that to be the case, and obviously then everybody doing a 5x or 10x, and then it's just a lot more of a difficult situation. It's much better to get out low, and you can tell the people who know and understand the project. You can tell the people who don't know and understand the project, because right now, humbly speaking, EstateX is massively, massively, massively undersold, oversold at the moment. It's extremely, extremely, extremely low, and this is a good thing. This is a really, really, really good thing. And I guarantee you, mark my words, and I was saying this to somebody yesterday, a big VC, and obviously started to go in the right direction today. This time in 2, 3, 4 weeks, people are going to be kicking themselves that they didn't actually recognize what a discount, what a gem this was at this moment. Some of the things that we're going to be reminding you guys about on this AMA will really kind of put some of these things into perspective. But back to kind of like the micro, that's some of the macro stuff. Back to kind of like the micro side of things is, we are obviously doing everything we can to reduce the sell pressure. We had a network of KOLs that did invest into the KOL round, invested a lot of money as well, and they had a bit of a refund period, and we actually made the decision over the weekend to actually refund all of them. We didn't really give them the option to claim or not, just because 15% unlock, and some of these KOLs, I'm not too sure the buy pressure that they would have brought in, but obviously that sell pressure at the time just wasn't really worth it for the chart. So we actually pulled that, because obviously we don't need the money, and we refunded everybody, and obviously we saved that massive, massive sell pressure. Same sort of things with like the NFTs. We're hearing a lot of people talking about the NFTs, the passive income with the NFTs. We are very aware of the potential effect it could have on the chart. And obviously we know that a lot of the NFT holders are proper EstateX family members, and all EstateX family members, we want to make sure that the chart is always going to be protected. So we are going to be putting measures to make sure that you guys are going to have access to, the first staking that's going to be coming out this week. And then obviously, if you don't want to stake, then it is going to be a vested situation. At this stage, we want to make sure whatever we do, we are protecting the chart. Anything that we can do to reduce the sell pressure and protect all of our investors, that is the main priority at the moment. And I just want to remind everybody, nothing's changed. Whether you got in at the top where it was at that $500 million market cap type of thing, and obviously we know some people made money, whether you wasn't able to get in, whether you had a bit of a loss at the moment, from my point of view, it's not about what's happening right now. It's about where we're going in the next week or two. We're not even talking the long term. Long term is looking phenomenal, but even the next couple of weeks is looking phenomenal. Next month is looking phenomenal. We're talking testnet. We're talking the blockchain. We're talking big, big partnerships that's going to be on the blockchain. Nothing has changed. We're still the same EstateX. we still the same team, we still got the same partners, we still got the same ecosystem, we still got the same unique selling points, we still got the best, the most strongest, the most powerful family in crypto. So we're good. We are good. Yes, over the last few days, it has been a roller coaster. Yes, it has been emotional. Yes, there has been ups and downs. I can't believe I was sending somebody a picture of my my Fitbit the other day. An hour and a half sleep I was getting on average, and I know Bart and the guys were the same for the last 3 days. At
Zero
some
percent
point, I felt
sleep
like I was a
quality.
zombie.
The watch said
Bro,
0% sleep
I haven't
quality.
been to the gym in 6 days. When I haven't been to the gym in 6 days, that's when you know it's
Yeah,
deep. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
like
that's mad
when
for
my
you.
friends
That's
found out,
mad.
yeah, I've
Yeah.
been to the gym 6 days. I was getting calls and concerns from my friends at the gym, like, what's going on? Are you okay? Still alive? But you know, that's what I had to get done. But I had my first workout earlier today. Feel good. But yeah, bro. Then as we know, the show goes on. The show goes on, and it's not kind of like about the start. It's about literally the middle and how we finish type of thing. And really, the finish is not even anywhere in sight because we're literally at the ground level. So I just want to remind people of that. That personally, I'm still in high spirits. Bart's still in high spirits, and yeah, from what's going on with the war, from what's happening with some of the hiccups that we had at launch, and obviously the lessons that was learned. Definitely lessons learned. A lot of other projects would have been in minus right now. The fact that we're still holding in profits, the fact that we still got I don't know the exact stats, but apparently from a non-fair launch product, a non-fair launch project to get 500 million market cap straight away hasn't been done in recent times for a long time. So yeah, we've been getting a lot of kudos, but from our point of view, the job's not done. You know, it's early days, it's still grind season. And if anything, the hiccups in the launch has really given us that motivation to go even harder, to be even more vigilant on some things. And some of the things that we're going to be announcing this week, we may not have actually announced if obviously some of those things hasn't happened. So everything happens for a reason. And as I always say, it's not a loss, it's a lesson type of thing. And as long as you learn from that lesson and you can look back in 6 months and say, you know what, I'm actually glad that happened, because if that didn't happen, I wasn't able to do this or put this in place and so on and so forth. And there's actually been two key things that we put in place. One of them is actually going to lead to a massive announcement that if I think the launch would have gone even better than what we expected, wouldn't be in place for now. So cannot wait, guys. Just want to say thank you for rocking with us. Thank you for believing and supporting in us. And you know, the future is looking phenomenal. Even just some of the things that I know I'm getting excited about, but I have to get it off my chest. Even some of the things that we've closed at the moment for the blockchain, it's next level. It's next level. You guys saw
Yeah, it's gonna be
what happened.
crazy.
I know. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say. Don't worry. I'm not gonna say. But even some of the things that we closed with blockchain is next level. You guys saw. Well, we're not gonna, mention their name, beginning with M. You guys saw when they got DMAC, the biggest property brand in Dubai. You guys saw where they went from, one couple X's or whatever, straight into billions, purely just from that partnership. What we're setting up for, let's say the blockchain launches in like a couple of months. What we're setting up the month after the blockchain, we're looking for that level of announcement every month.
Yep.
And we're not trying to say that to kind of like go over promising. That's obviously us potentially being modest with that. We're talking, so May, June, July, September. Let's say it's August, September, the blockchain launches. We're talking at least 3 massive ones by the end of the
We're
year.
already in June, huh, mate?
But it could be a lot more.
Like
Say
time
again,
goes
Bart?
so fast. I said we're already in June, mate. It's like time goes so
I
fast.
know.
If we don't even realize, it's crazy.
I
The
know,
days are
I know.
flying
I was
by.
almost saying like, oh yeah, we're going to launch blockchain in July, but no, it's the testnet in July. But the
Yeah.
point being is there's some major things happening. Nothing's changed. Everything's on track. If anything, things are even stronger behind the scenes than where they were before, especially with just some of the partners and some of the things we've got on board. But over the next couple of days, we're going to have a big AMA tomorrow, a big team member that we're going to be having on the AMA. We'll let you guys know in the morning. We've got something massive on Thursday, what we've been itching to tell you guys even before launch, but it had to be after launch, and you'll find out why it had to be after launch. And then we've got a few little surprises along the way. But we just wanted to kind of like check in, let you guys know, yes, we're still alive. Yes, we're still in good spirits. Yes, things are still progressing. And yeah, it's still a EstateX to the moon.
And guys, you also have to realize, like, we've been developing this for 5 years, and we wouldn't have been developing for 5 years if we wouldn't have strong foundations, right? So, I mean, I think the whole goal of EstateX and the whole main feature of EstateX is that it is a long-term project. The fact that even all these airdrop sellers have all sold, like Steve said, and we're still at 2.5x, nearing now 3x, I think it says a lot. I think it says a lot about the community that we have. I think it says a lot where we're going to head to. And the fact that we've been developing this for 5 years and everything still has to happen. Imagine we launched the blockchain next month. Imagine what that will mean, the testnet. Imagine the first project is going to be signed on it. Imagine the new business pillar is going to be released and the attention that that's going to get. Also, Steve, I don't know if you've already said it, but what we're going to do is we've said it in the What's Next post. We're going to do demo days for projects who want to build on the blockchain, presenting them, setting them in the spotlight. We're going to get all top VCs that we have connections with, that our partners have connections with. They're going to be judging them in a sort of a Shark Tank pitch style type of thing, where the projects are going to get a spotlight and they're all going to do something with the EstateX blockchain, or going to do something in the EstateX ecosystem, and they bring their audiences, and it's all promoted and powered by EstateX and facilitated by the EstateX blockchain. So all that also brings attention, and that also means the merging of communities, and it means that their communities will also get a stake in spotlight. And these are just these very small things, because this demo day is just a very small thing of what we're doing. But imagine what my point is, all the things that still need to be released, the launch for the EU property, the launch for the US property, the 20 to 35% of the revenue, the white label technology that we're now onboarding very big projects with also institutions on, like Steve said. I won't say the name, Steve. Don't worry.
Not yet, not yet, not yet. Soon.
But imagine all of that, guys, and that is still yet to happen. So we're literally just at the start, and the start is a 2.5x, 3x. Obviously, the market is not in our favor at the moment, but let's hope it clears up soon. I think we're still holding up very strong. 15% price increase today, trending on CoinMarketCap. I think things are looking very well at the moment.
Yeah, and it's not like the market's done a full reversal. The market's still going down, or the market's still a bit shaky, and we've had one of the best days post-launch type of thing. So that's really promising. You know what I mean? And who knows what tomorrow's going to bring? Who knows what's going to be happening in the politics, wars, or so on and so forth? But just know, whatever happens on the outside, whatever Trump's doing, whatever the war's doing, whatever is happening to Bitcoin, we're still working, we're still building. We've shown that resilience, we've shown that tenacity, we've shown that heart for the last 4 or 5 years. You know what I mean? Through the bear markets, through any obstacles, we're always rising. We're always here, and that hasn't changed. We're stronger than ever. So whatever happens over the next week or two with the markets, it doesn't matter, because it's not going to slow down the testnet. It's not going to slow down the blockchain. It's not going to slow down all these deals that we're signing that's going to be going onto the blockchain. And that's where we feel that it's got the biggest chance of having that big colossal income, or the colossal rise, so to speak. Not financial advice, but when we're actually taking on some of these big partners, these big names, these big communities, and these big audiences as well, just tick. So everything is looking really strong. I'm seeing some questions in the chat. People be loving Sharon. Sharon brought, Crypto Juice says, Sharon bought the dip with her child support income. What about Sharon? Can we have her those socials, please? Sharon.
Steve, you're inviting Sharon to the launch party, right? Because everybody.
Apparently so. Apparently Sharon's going to be coming as a guest at the launch party. You know what I mean? Wow. So we'll have to see. Is she going to be from Birmingham? Is she going to be from Manchester? Is she from London? One thing we know, she's a 30-year-old single mom, and she has an Amazon account and she has an Uber account. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And she wants to buy a piece of real estate.
There you go. Sharon is our inspiration for the everyday person, and that's always has been, and that always will be our unique selling point. It's always something that I still feel the RWA world, the crypto world, isn't getting right. They're trying to sell to crypto people, and yes, obviously we can do great with the crypto people, but it's only a small fraction of the world. And if we want RWAs to really take off, we have to bring the real world into RWA. We have to bring Sharon into crypto, but Sharon has to feel like she's still in the real world. That's the trick, and that's what we've been building over the last 3-4 years, and that's perfect. And even some of the people that we're signing to the blockchain, they love that. They love that they can bring their massive audiences in, their Web2 audiences, and there's no lag, there's no friction, there's no kind of massive education needed, because our platform and how we're going to white label and remix our platform for their product is going to be that seamless transition from Web2 to Web3. So really exciting times. I've seen some people mention about the NFTs and the purchase reward utilities for season 2 NFTs. That's coming soon. Hopefully that's going to be one of the things we're going to release this week. Obviously, if you're not aware of the purchase rewards and utilities for season 1, if one of the moderators, Marty, Bishop, Faith, if you guys, Kevin, if you guys just put something in there, just show the information about the purchase reward utilities for the season 1 NFTs. They're going to be similar, but there's going to be some differences, definitely. As we mentioned before, there's going to be different levels. Not all levels are going to have the passive income. Only the higher levels will have the passive income, and even those levels, passive income, are going to be a fraction of what the season 1. We have to make sure that obviously the season 1s, the OGs, obviously have that level of exclusivity, so to speak, as well. But the season 2 is NFT is going to be massive. And when we launched season 1, it was literally just us with the EstateX family. Season 2, we're actually launching with a partner, somebody that you guys would know. But yeah, they're coming with a massive NFT community as well. I probably said too much already, but that's going to be massive as well to give that boost. And realistically, the marketing that's going to be for season 2 is also going to be massively helping boost the value of the season 1 NFTs as well, especially these big NFT audiences that we're bringing in as well. And keeping in mind now, NFTs are rising a little bit. When we actually did our NFTs, we brought records, but this was in the middle of the bear market where nobody was buying NFTs, and we still did, I think, like 6 figures in 5 minutes, and ended up being one of the most successful NFT projects or successful NFT collections. And we're not even an NFT company. That is the power of the EstateX family. We wanted to make sure the perks, rewards, and utilities reflected that, and everybody's been extremely happy. But season 2 is going to be phenomenal as well. Yes, we'll talk about building the skyline. Yes, we'll talk about you'll be able to add your season 2 NFTs to your season 1 skyline. There's going to be so much to do. And yes, the NFTs will give you some perks, rewards, utilities, including VIP access to the launch party, which we're going to be announcing the date very, very soon. And whether that's going to be in London or Dubai or both, but most likely it's going to be 50-50. We may even do a vote. But yeah, so looking forward to kind of going into more about the NFT side of things. But was there anything else that you wanted to cover, particularly your side? There's a couple of things that I want to go into, but I want to hand it back to you for a second.
Yes, I have a couple of things that I want to go into. So first of all, the DEX screener, DEX tools, I spoke about it briefly, but we expect that to be fixed within very shortly. We're coordinating with the teams at the moment, so it should all be resolved soon, and everything will be aligned with the same liquidity, same market cap, etc., etc. Also, the buy bot is working really well. Insane amount of buys coming in, like every 1-2 minutes, and these are only buys on DEXs, right? So they don't take into account the massive volume, like the $6.5 million volume that we have on these sexes at the moment. Like the volume is insane, guys. Like we see a 15% price rise now, but the volume with $7 million is outperforming a lot of 50, $100 million plus market caps, which is pretty impressive. So I think from a volume side of things, we're really well. It means that there's a lot of interest from traders. It means that people are actively trading. It means that people see EstateX, know about EstateX, and now together with the price increase, I think it's a very good combination, and we'll see how that develops. Also, update about the tokenomics. Some questions around that. We will release the updated tokenomics very shortly, later today. So you guys will have that. They can have a look at that, ask questions, etc., etc. Some questions have been asked about that. So tokenomics coming soon. Also see some marketing plans, especially from the Kaito and the Cookie marketing plans. So over the past couple of weeks, we've increased our Kaito score significantly. Got a lot of smart mentions, a lot of smart follows. This is something that we're obviously going to be continuing to do with these high-level accounts. Don't be sucked up in that too much, because it doesn't say, in my opinion, it doesn't say everything, far from everything. These smart mentions, etc., etc. But the fact that we're increasing that is definitely happening. So yeah, a couple of small points that I wanted to mention. So Steve, take it on from here.
I'm just very disappointed in Blubby at the moment. You know, your boy Blubby, you know what he
What's my
said?
boy saying? Huh?
He said, you're not even going to believe this. He said,
He should be your boy. He's from Birmingham. It's like,
I know.
should
We
be
need to
your
link up
guy.
actually, Blubby. Well, after this statement, we could never link up. He said, who the hell is this Sharon? That's all I've been hearing for the last 2 weeks is Sharon. Who is Sharon? Blubby, you're an
Blobby.
OG. Have you not
How
even
can you
come
not
to an
know that,
AMA?
Blobby? Be ashamed. Be ashamed of yourself. Come
He
on,
must
man.
be joking. He must be trolling. Obviously,
Yeah.
Blubby knows who Sharon is. Like Blubby's one of the OGs. You can't be an OG of EstateX and not know who Sharon is. If not, people in the chat, please educate Blubby. But
You know what Blobby is doing? Blobby is just giving him an alibi, because I don't want to spoil the secret here, but Blobby knows Sharon. I can confirm that. Blobby knows Sharon.
could be. What else did I hear as well? Is there anything else in the chat you want to go through? Let me just see. Let me know if you've seen anything as well. Yeah, so some of that, the Web2 exposure. So big Web2 marketing coming. The financial literacy, we want to be launching phase 1 very soon. That for me is going to be a massive, massive, massive catalyst for the Web2 side of things. As I always say, and obviously everybody who's been to the AMAs knows obviously why we're so passionate about the financial literacy type of thing, and why obviously there's a massive, massive need for that. Why do kids leave school and college without even understanding the difference between an asset and a liability, or the importance of how to utilize good credit rating, or even balancing the checkbook, or so on and so forth. And there is a reason for that, and obviously they want the people above, they want to keep us as cogs in the wheel. They want to keep us just churning. They want to keep us divided through wars, through political views, through far left or far right, vaccine versus no vaccine, this color versus that color type of thing. United we stand, divided we fall. And when we're distracted and we're looking at each other and we're looking at our fellow man, then they're the biggest criminals at the top are able to, while we're looking away, by doing whatever they're doing. The financial literacy, like education, is more like indoctrination. It really conditions us how to be employees. It does not teach us how to be bosses. It does not teach us how to be independent. We've galvanized some phenomenal celebrities, some that you guys have already seen, phenomenal big partners that are sick of this regime, and we're going to have so much firepower. People we're talking about, not even like heroes, like real A-list celebrities, so much firepower with like hundreds of millions of followers that is going to be pushing EstateX for free, because as you know, we're going to be supporting their foundations, giving fractional ownership, education, financial literacy, lifetime membership to the EstateX platform. So that is absolutely going to be a huge, huge, huge marketing push, and we're obviously going to be great because it's a win for the celebrity, we're supporting their foundation. It's a win for the people of the foundation receiving it, and it's a win for EstateX because we're getting these massive, massive names attached to EstateX and without paying a penny, and they're happy to be a part of EstateX because normally they wouldn't want to put their name to some sort of companies, but it's more than just a crypto company. As we say, we're a lifestyle innovation company that utilizes blockchain to go to the next level. So stay tuned for that. That's something I'm really, really personally surprised about, how easy it's been to get some massive, massive names and people sign up to it. I don't really think we've actually had a hard no from it, and we haven't actually even started reaching out to our networks and saying this is what we're doing. It's just some people within our personal network that we might obviously that have heard certain things or I've mentioned certain things, and they're like, yeah, I'll do that. I'll come on board or come to this event, or so on and so forth. So the financial literacy, that's coming very soon. That's going to be massive, massive Web2 and also Web3 side of things. And if you think about it, if we roll that out for free, 80% of that module and 80% of the modules is going to be for free. Yes, we will have some advanced tier options. We roll that out for free worldwide. We're expecting not tens of thousands, not hundreds of thousands. We're expecting millions of people sign up because it's free. And we're having big, big names, big, big organizations and institutions pushing that. It's free. So millions of people can be signing up. We're not going to be just throwing the EstateX down their necks. We're going to be literally giving them so much free value, so much things that's missing from the education system, so much things that the government are not providing. But then obviously when it comes to the real estate side of things and the tokenized real estate, they'll be like, well, I've got all this knowledge now. I know how to move like a multimillionaire, but I'm still broke. Sharon may still be on her child support or whatever, as a Juice just said. But at the end of the day now, Sharon can move like a multimillionaire does, but on a micro level. And Sharon can actually do that because now through EstateX, you can start buying and selling real estate with as little as $100. And then with EstateX paying instant loans that's coming out later this year, she can actually be leveraging her assets, getting into good debt, and utilizing the financial literacy to actually start, instead of like buying a PlayStation, instead of buying a car, she can, with the liability, we can show her to buy an asset and actually buy more, get more passive income, actually start going on that path to how the rich build a generational wealth. There's so much things that the multimillionaires do and the upper class do that the middle class or the lower class are just not privy to. And one of it is obviously the education side of things. There's, if somebody's from a billionaire family, believe me, their education is completely different to our education. And then the other thing is obviously just access to resources and access to the finances. But we are going to have the free education now, and now you can have access to the resources, which is obviously the amazing EstateX platform, EstateX Pay, university, the primary and secondary marketplaces, but also as well, you're actually going to have access to the finances because you can now be an official property owner with as little as $100. So as we said before, nothing's changed. The mission is still the same, and everything behind the scenes is really, really progressing and getting stronger week by week.
Beautiful, beautiful said. Steve, is there anything that we can already share about the AI ESX? Is there anything you want to say about that?
I think just the staking is going to be coming out this week, and the only way that you're going to be able to get access to the AI ESX before it's launched is to stake ESX. We want to be doing things, as we said before, to reduce the sell pressure, but also be rewarding our amazing community members and the EstateX family investors. We always have done, and we always will do. We're always thinking of ways to reward you guys. The AI ESX is going to be phenomenal, and it's just going to be a great addition because there's so many use cases that's going to be fueling ESX and fueling the blockchain and fueling our investments, and it's going to be one of the first flagship products on our blockchain as well. So yes, just be ready to stake. That's all I'm going to say, because you don't have to be staked for long. We've got staking options for 4 weeks, for 2 months, for 3 months, all the way up to a year. We've had a big from high demand. Actually, can we stake higher than a year? Even like some of these other communities that have come in, and we've actually collaborated with some great communities messaging us, can we stake for more than a year, which we were surprised about. So we may actually open up some higher staking options, but for now it's from 1 month to 1 year. You can choose whatever's for your appetite, but whatever you choose, you're going to be getting some allocation of the airdrop for when that comes out for the blockchain launches, and you're going to be getting a free NFT. Depending on how much you stake will be on how much of the tier of the NFT you get, and obviously the perks, rewards, and utilities, and obviously you'll get the normal staking rewards as well. So yeah, we don't want to say we've said a lot though. I think you've already said a lot about the AI token. We don't need to go too much into it, but there's just some phenomenal things that we're going to be doing with that, and it's just everything that we're doing is fueling ESX. Everything we're doing is fueling the ecosystem of what we're doing as well. Let's see if there's any other questions. I'm not answering any more about Sharon.
We should make some Sharon stickers.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Okay, so what do you guys think? Oh no, that's more for the community. They were saying what do they think is the big news tomorrow? Okay.
Big news tomorrow and Thursday as well. Pay attention to both of them.
Thursday, the big one. Tomorrow's big though. I can't lie. Tomorrow's big, but Thursday is the one. Thank you guys for putting in the NFT stuff in the chat. And then yes, obviously, so certain things where it comes to, we're aware about certain discrepancies of DEX tools with market cap versus FDV. We're on it. You'll be surprised how difficult certain things can be. Even just with exchanges, we know we've had to battle with HTX today. I'm not saying a bad thing about HTX, but we had to battle with HTX today. Shout out to the OGs who kind of like found out over the weekend that they were using leverage trading, which means there was just a lot of a lot of extra slippage and a lot of stuff that wasn't really great for the project. But I was battling to them today, and we finally got it removed. So it's just spot trading. There's no leveraging on HTX, which is obviously very positive for the chart. So yeah, there's just a lot of things that in your mind you might think would just be easy and just go smooth, and there's a lot of things that happen within crypto that don't go according to plan. You've got to really keep on these people and really keep on these exchanges as well. What happens if you choose to stake for 1 month but leave it? That's a good one. I'll find it out Crypto Juice and let you know about that one. I think that actually is a good question. Because does it automatically roll over, or does it just release your tokens? I'd imagine it will release, but yeah, we'll find out for that.
Yeah, I think it releases, but you can restake like immediately.
Okay, cool. Casey, the OG Casey, shout out to you. So said I'm confused if I must stake afresh for AI ESX, or does previous staking count? Really good question. I'm glad you brought it up. This is to encourage to reduce the sell pressure. So it's people that are buying at launch, people that are buying. So if all your unlocks. So if you have unlocks from a pre-sale, or if you're buying at launch, then anything that's unlocked can be staked. If the previous staked, that's a different staking pool, and that's a different situation. Okay. All right. I think that's about it. Was there anything else from your side, Bart?
Nothing from my side. Looking at the time, might also be a good time to run it up, because we got a very big call that we need to prepare for very shortly.
Yes, very true.
Call. Very big call. Can't say too much, guys, but you'll hear about it soon, probably.
Oh, 1 second. 1 second. M Diablo said something. See, listen, when Diablo, the celebrity, sends a message, you gotta listen. You know, the Mr. 50 cents.
Shoe.
Yeah, Mr. Shoe eating Diablo. And just go so you guys, if you know or if you don't know, M Diablo is one of the OGs. He's been in it for years, and I remember when the first early pre-sales, they actually set up their account and they got their digital tokens in their dashboard, and that's always a great moment. Is that you're looking at the ESX and it's like it's real, and it's like hundreds of thousands or it could be millions depending on what you did. And he was like, "Listen, guys, if we get to 50 cents, I don't know what his holding's going to be. I imagine it's probably going to be 7 figures or whatever. But if we get to 50 cents, I'm going to eat my shoe. And then I think it was Madam Jasmine. Shout out to Madam Jasmine. She was like a hawk. She was like, click, screen share. And she did a screenshot and she shared it in the group. Then everybody jumped on it. And there's like, when we get to 50 cents, you've got to do that. So when ESX gets to 0.5, M Diablo has to eat his shoe. And if you look at the NFT collection of season 1, you had like the classic ones, you had the special, and then you had the limited. You had limited edition, so classic, limited edition, and the special tier. And the special tier is that character version eating a shoe. So if we ever see kind of like a brown shoe in an NFT, if we ever see a brown shoe on like one of the announcements posts or something like that, that's when you know brown shoe equals bullish. Brown shoe equals we've made it. We've got to $0.50 in value of ESX, and M Diablo is going to eat his shoe, and we're all looking forward to it. But
M
let me see
Diablo
what question you had.
was here so early within the project. He was literally, I think, one of the first 50 people that joined the EstateX community Telegram group. Like one of the first
Yeah,
50
really.
people. One of the guys
It's an
that bought in
OG
the
OG.
December 2021 round. Even before, I think you came like a month after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy how early he was here. He's like one of
I
the
love that, bro.
true guys. Yeah, since the
Yeah, I
beginning.
love that. So MB does ask a good question. When will the USA side of Kraken, when we'll be able to do that for good buy pressure? We're working on it, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, we can't control the exchanges. And even when you have things in place with the exchanges, things still aren't
The change in
uncontrollable.
split
We're not,
second, guys. We
yeah,
have
I
some
know.
crazy
We're not going to say
stories. We
too
won't
much,
tell
but
it here,
yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah, I
some
think
crazy stories.
in a few years' time we can release something, you know what I mean, and
Yeah,
say what actually really happened. But yeah, you'll be sympathizing with it. It was an emotional journey, but we got through it. We
very
were able to get
awesome.
it sorted, and we're still here and we're rising, type of thing. But yeah, so we'll find out about the USA thing. We're doing everything we can. We're submitting everything we need to do, and we believe it should be positive. But we don't make the answers to that. So there's a lot more things that could be coming out, and we are exploring some secondary listings as well. But the one thing that you guys need to understand about exchanges is that it has to be the right deal. I've actually saw some things in the past about people. Oh, you guys left it to last minute. You guys had sexes lined up like years ago, and then this and that, so on and so forth. Like what everyone needs to understand is what exchanges did 6 months ago, even 2-3 months ago, is not the same as what exchanges are doing now. The deal that we had with exchanges a year ago is not going to be benefiting us in 2025. If you go to exchanges a year ago or the last bull cycle, it's fine. You can do big token deals, you can do USDT, whatever the situation is. In 2025, and I'll be careful what I say, you do not want to be giving exchanges massive token supply. You do not want to be doing that in 2025. We've had big advisors warn us of that. So there's certain deals that we had to reject, unfortunately, when the launch date got adjusted, because we have to protect the community, we have to protect our investors, we have to protect our stakers as well. So if we get a secondary listing offer, like for example, Kraken was supposed to be secondary listing. Kraken wanted us to actually delay the launch by a couple of weeks. We put no, we're not going to be doing that. We're launching on the Wednesday, and then obviously Kraken actually came back and said, okay, we'll do a secondary listing and we'll do it a week or two after. Then they came and said, actually on the weekend, literally before launch, we're ready. We love the project. We can make it for Wednesday. So okay, great. You know what I mean? It was a bit of a a little last minute thing, but we actually got them to do it for Wednesday. Then obviously on a Wednesday, it kind of came to it where they asked us to extend. And we're like, do we? You know what I mean? But it's only one day and it's Kraken. We can't tell them yet, and so on and so forth. And it was a big dilemma because we were just ready to go. But we did that obviously to get Kraken on board, because we can't lie. Kraken is a great exchange in terms of their reputation. You know what I mean? And we'll be silly not to do it. And obviously we're recommending for some high people to be able to do that. And they came with, we're not going to say the deal, but they came with a very favorable deal. And it wasn't putting the company in jeopardy, and they want to do things positively for the company. And we're going to be speaking to them about marketing side of things. Oh, by the way, at HGX, we've got an AMA this Friday for HGX. So we'll let you guys know the time and everything about that. We're going to start obviously getting these exchanges to actually engage in marketing with us as well. Now the time's right as well. So we have an AMA for HGX. And then we'll let you guys know about if and when other marketing things are happening with Kraken. But the point being that I'm trying to make is that it's just not simple about just saying, oh yeah, we can go on this exchange and so on and so forth. If that exchange is not giving you that favorable deal, if that exchange is not, doing the things that they're supposed to be doing, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? It's not worth the negatives of actually giving an exchange a massive amount of token supply, not in 2025, not how it's been going. So yeah, just want to
And
let you
people
guys know
have
about that.
people
All
also have
right.
to understand that, these tier one exchanges, I saw a lot of people saying, if you don't launch on Binance and Bybit and Coinbase right from the start, it's not going to work, and blah blah blah. Well, if people actually do research, it's mostly the opposite. um, you know like Steve said, giving exchanges a massive amount of token supply or a massive deal just to leverage the name is not working in this cycle anymore. The market has changed. It's not 2021 anymore. It's not, when if you list on Binance, you get a 100x. It's not that time anymore. 75% of Binance projects, after a couple of months, are down under the listing price. And these tier one exchanges are incredibly good for name leverage, incredibly good for hype, but it's not 2021 anymore in the terms of buy pressure and volume that it brings. And a lot of the times when investors think that just because of the hype, it's very, very beneficial, most of the times it's had in a practical sense, in a reality type of way, it has the opposite effect. So just wanted to point that out, that
Yeah.
guys, like it's not 2021 anymore. All right,
100%.
Steve.
And at the same time, 1 second, but at the same time, just to add to what you're saying, we'll round up. We are looking. Can you still hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, loud and clear.
You still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. So at the same time, do not get it twisted, people. We are going to be on those higher
Oh,
top level
yeah, for
exchanges,
sure.
but we're going to be making sure that we're going to be doing it on our terms when we're the A side. When you're going to somebody and when you're the B side, it's very easy for them to try and intimidate you or to try and say, well, this, that, and the other. And then at the end of the day, it may work out for your company, may not, but it always works out with exchanges. The house always wins. But when we execute what we're going to be executing and we have the blockchain in a couple of months' time, then we're going to be going to these exchanges, the A side, and then we're going to be able to dictate the exact deal that's going to be great for your investments, going to be great for the chart, and going to be great for the future of EstateX. So we love you guys. We want to thank you for rocking with us. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for the support. It's literally the beginning of the beginning. We're literally only just getting started. The world has no idea. You guys have a good idea, but the world have no idea what's about to come when we're launching the blockchain, when we're launching some of the announcements, when we actually talk about what we're going to speak on Thursday. So cannot wait to update you guys on that. And then even behind the scenes, and some of the things that we can't say, is just absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, like we said before, still the same mission, still the same goals, still the same family, still the same partners, still the same companies, still the same
Still
ecosystem,
unicorn
still the
loading.
same unique selling points, still the same amazing. There you go. Preach, tell it. Still the same unicorn loading. And yeah, we can't wait. Can't wait to see you guys at the launch party. Going to be announcing that very soon as well. And yeah, guys, keep active in the chat. And yeah, if you know people that are interested, tell them to do their research. Tell them what a unicorn EstateX is or what a unicorn loading is, and tell them that there's a very, very good chance they're not going to be seeing anywhere near these levels in the next few weeks as well. So now is the time to secure your bags. Now is the time to actually, be a part of something. That's what you need to say to them, because I know you guys are already in and you guys are already part of it. So I'm excited. I know you guys are excited, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers,
Many
guys.
thanks for listening.